You know the sound. It's late, the house is totally quiet, everyone's asleep, and then you hear it. That soft patting of paws on the floor. Your dog is up and walking around. Well, by the end of this, I promise you, you will never, ever hear those footsteps the same way again.
Yep, that sound. You know, the little click of nails on the hardwood, or maybe that soft whisper on the carpet. It's so familiar, right? Most of us just tune it out. But what if I told you it's not random? What if it's not meaningless at all? It's a message.
So, why do they do it? That's the big question, and we're going to answer it today. We're about to dive into this incredible hidden world your dog inhabits after the lights go out. And we're going to figure out what they're trying to tell you with every single step they take.
Okay, so let's get into it. You see your dog get up at, say, 2 in the morning, do a little circle, and then plop down somewhere else. It's so easy to just write that off, right? Oh, they're just restless. But the truth is, that simple little movement is tied to an instinct that's thousands and thousands of years old.
And this right here really nails the difference. We tend to slap these simple labels on it, you know? He's restless, she's anxious, or it's just a weird quirk. But the deeper truth? It's so much more. There's this ancient clock ticking inside of them, a wild heart still beating even in our quiet modern homes. They're not just moving, they are on a search.
I mean, think about it. Your dog's wild ancestors? They never just slept for 8 hours straight through the night. No way! They operated in shifts, little periods of rest, broken up by movement, all driven by this deep biological rhythm. And here's the kicker. Domestication never really switched that off, so their body is just responding. It's following this ancient schedule that still runs on what you could call wild time. And this is absolutely crucial. When your dog gets up and comes to find you, maybe they just stand at your bedroom door for a second or come right up to the side of the bed, that is not a random walk. In the wild, when an animal feels uncertain, what does it do? It moves toward the safest member of its pack. They're moving to their anchor point, and that anchor point is you. But hold on, because that ancient instinct, that's only part of the story. There's a whole other layer to this. At night, the world your dog experiences is completely, fundamentally different from yours. And it all comes down to their incredible, powerful sense of smell. Seriously, just think about this for a second. When the lights go out, our world shrinks, right? We can't see, we feel a little lost. For a dog, it is the exact opposite. With less to see, their brain actually shifts its processing power. Their nose, it just wakes up. All those smells that were just background noise during the day, suddenly at night they become vivid, they become detailed, they're practically screaming. So through their nose, they are literally piecing together a story that we are completely oblivious to. They can smell things like the temperature dropping outside or a storm that's still hours away, but it gets even crazier. They can smell the stress hormones you brought home from work. They can smell the lingering tension in a room where you had a difficult conversation. Their nose is reading the emotional residue of everything that happened. So you see, when your dog is pacing back and forth at night, it's not aimless. They're not just wandering around. They are processing. They are literally walking through the story of the day, trying to make sense of this invisible world of information that we can't even begin to imagine.
Okay, so their ancient instincts are firing, and their superpowered nose is reading this incredible story. So what's the story about? Well, a lot of the time, that story is about us. A dog's behavior at night isn't just about some old instinct or a powerful sense of smell. It's often a direct reflection of the world around them, physically and emotionally.
Now, on a purely physical level, it can be something really simple. Check this out. A dog's ideal body temperature actually shifts while they sleep, so that super cozy bed that felt perfect at 10 p.m., by 3 in the morning might feel way too warm. So what do? They get up and find a cooler spot, like the tile floor in the kitchen. See, that's not restlessness. That's just them being incredibly in tune with what their body needs. But it's not always just about finding a cool spot. They're also responding to the emotional temperature of the house. In fact, a 2021 study found a really clear link here. It showed that dogs in homes with higher levels of stress, maybe messy sleep schedules or just some emotional tension in the air, those dogs showed way more movement at night. Their walking is like a mirror, reflecting back the feeling of your home. Which, it kind of makes you think, doesn't it? It's worth asking yourself, especially if you've noticed your dog walking around more at night lately. What's changed in their world? What might they be picking up from you, from the home, and reflecting back in the quiet of the night? And all of this, it leads us to the final and I think the most powerful piece of the whole puzzle. Honestly, this is the part that I think is going to stick with you long after this is over. It all comes down to a single, profound choice they make in the dark.
So just picture this for a second. It's the middle of the night. Something triggers that ancient wiring inside them. Maybe it's a sound from way down the street, a smell on the breeze, or just a feeling with no name. Whatever it is, their biology flags it as important. And just like that, they're not sleepy anymore. They're fully awake, totally alert.
So in that moment, with every single wild instinct screaming at them to be on high alert, to be cautious, they don't just react on autopilot. They do something pretty remarkable. They make a conscious choice.
And just think about what that choice is. They don't go to the front door to check for danger. They don't go to their water bowl for a drink. They come to you.
That simple act, that walk from their spot over to yours, it is so much more than just a habit. It's trust, it's a declaration. It is, quite simply, devotion made physical. Because somewhere, deep down in their wiring, you have become the ultimate signal that everything is okay. Your presence is what tells them that whatever strange thing their nose is picking up, whatever their ears just heard, it doesn't matter. The darkness is okay. Why? Because you're here.
So from now on, when you hear those little footsteps in the dark, you'll know. You'll know they aren't just being restless. They are navigating a hidden world of scent and memory. They're acting as a mirror for your home. But most importantly, they are finding their way back to their anchor, back to their source of safety. They're finding their way back to you every single night.